Ash brains out his Char, but Mewtwo blocks the attack before delivering this sick burn.
Your Charizard is poorly trained.
Ash sucked at training at this point, so he's not wrong. Mewtwo makes his Ivysaur throw the real Saur around, and then, who fucking cares, tells her water Pokemon to fight. And I'm too drunk to remember its name. Mewtwo makes his own Pokeballs to capture the Pokemon he's beaten, Ash with his mind, because he is a dick. The other trainers try to fend off Mewtwo's balls, but they get their Pokemon anyway. Ash thinks if he puts his Pokemon in his balls, Mewtwo won't catch them. It's actually the only good idea he has in the movie. Too bad it doesn't work. The next thing that happens is a cool sequence of Pikachu trying to outrun the Pokeballs on this weird-ass staircase. Cool Fiends can't last long, so Pikachu falls and Ash falls after him. One dark Pokemon catches Pikachu, and they all fall in the water, which is something I never tasted. Ash goes after Pikachu into some slide compactor thing, and it takes him to the clone lab, ignoring Team Rocket, and runs after the ball that has his yellow buddy. Ash has such strong teeth that it breaks the robot arms, flickers the machine, and frees Pikachu. Yay! The tubes give birth to more clones, the machine blows up, and the other Pokemon are free. Also, Ash reunites with his other Pokemon. Yay again. Mewtwo says more evil shit, then Ash comes out with all of the Pokemon. And what does he do with such an epic comeback? He tries to punch Mewtwo. What makes you think punching him was a good idea? Like a dumbass, Ash tries again, but Mewtwo pushes him to the sky, but he is saved by Mew's bubbles. Mew plays around with his bubbles until Mewtwo throws his own bubbles at the little shit. Mewtwo rants at Mew about how more powerful he is, and I just love the fact that Mew is not even paying attention. It's hilarious. And Mewtwo spills the beans about being a clone.
Mew and Mewtwo.
So Mewtwo was cloned from Mew.
These kids are really good at pointing out the obvious. The Mews keep fighting until Mewtwo doesn't feel like it anymore, and decides to bitch at Mew some more. Mew makes some noises, and Meow translates those noises. The translations is that real strength comes from the heart and not powers, yada yada. But Mewtwo doesn't want to hear any philosophical BS, so he throws his shit at Mew. Mewtwo wants to test his clone army's strength by blocking everyone's power with his mind, and they fight. Ash watches in horror, with an unfinished pop song, which makes this scene more corny than impactful.
Pokemon aren't meant to fight. Not like this. It's useless. What can come out of it?
Nothing but pain.
What?
They're all living creatures. This just proves that fighting is wrong.
What? You're preaching to me about how bad fighting is when this entire franchise revolves around magical animals beating the living shit out of one another. Both of the Mews are ready to fight, but Ash can't take it anymore, so he runs and pleads for them to stop fighting, but gets caught in the crossfire. Then Ash glows as he falls to the ground. A normal Friday night for me. So Ash turns to stone. Pikachu tries to revive him with Thunderbolt, but nothing works. Pikachu starts crying because Ash is dead, and all of the other Pokemon cry too, because they're touched by his actions or whatever. So their tears become magic and revive Ash. Like the blue-haired lady foreshadowed earlier, Ash is alive again, which makes Pikachu happy, Misty and Brock happy, the other Pokemon happy, and the other trainers are happy. Also, Mewtwo realizes he was a dick the whole time.
I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are.
Cool beans. Now let's wrap this shit up. Both Mews use their mind powers to lift up the clone Pokemon as they leave. Mewtwo says he was touched by the lessons he's learned, but it's best if everyone else forgets. Why? Mewtwo makes a light show out of everyone, and then they're suddenly back at the harbor, and Officer Jenny repeats the stuff she said earlier, but Nurse Joy is there to take care of the Pokemon this time. And no one has any memory of what happened. Are you serious? After all of that, Mewtwo chose to erase everyone's memories when the trainers could have learned from their experience? What a fucking cop-out. The kids run outside to see that the storm has stopped. They enjoy the view and forget all that has happened until the TV movie sequel. Team Rocket doesn't remember anything either, but they're happy. This movie has some good ideas, like Mewtwo going through an existential crisis, to resenting the Pokemon he was creating from, and to being okay with learning about life. It has interesting themes, the fight scenes are fun, and I respect the movie for having a lesson about how someone lives is more important than how someone is born. Deep shit. But the execution just sucked my ass. There are things that don't make any sense. The anti-fighting message is, pointless and hypocritical. The dialogue and everything else is corny as fuck. The characters don't really do a lot, and it's not beginner-friendly. I mean, this movie does not explain how the world of Pokemon works, or any mention of competing with them, or why you should care about Ash, Brock, or Misty. This assumes you were a kid who was watching the show around this time, and says fuck you to everyone else. I can only imagine how confused the parents were in the theater. They don't really do the world-building stuff until the 4th movie. I have a soft spot for this movie, because I loved it as a kid. But, as I've been hinting at this whole time, it's a bad movie. And no nostalgic classic is gonna convince me otherwise. Okay, that's the end of my review. I'm gonna get some more beer, fantasize about Go's mom, and then I'm gonna throw up as I'm passing out. Peace.